What is going on, people? It's your boy Astro, aka the Galaxy Shogun, coming to you here super early. I told you I'd be on my game. One Piece chapter 1060. What the heck was that? I feel like these past few chapters, every time I read it, I'm just kind of like, what did I just read? This one in particular, I will be honest, I kind of feel like I can't win in any scenario. I praise Oda in One Piece too hard. Everyone's like, you're on Oda's dick, get off it. Or I have legitimate critiques like the Yamato chapter, and to be honest, even this chapter I think was, just a tad overhyped. I'm hearing, oh, this is going to be crazy, you know who puts the chapter out a little early, which, thank you, always very appreciative of the work that they do. But, when something comes out this early and, things are trending, you tend to have certain expectations of a chapter. At this point, I don't need a lot more exposition. I just need answers, and my main concern this chapter is, though we did get a bit more, I think that I am very tired of being blue-balled. I feel like I've been on 500 dates, and the person I'm dating won't even give me a hug. I'm seriously starting to feel like, bro, I really don't see why, especially when it comes to the newspaper and the sunny aspects of the chapter, those conversations. I think that could have been avoided. I don't know why that was there. It almost just feels like you will never know. Just to really being put in our faces that we don't have all the information. So let's go ahead and tackle this chronologically. I'm guessing that's my new thing for these chapter reviews. I'm almost certain this will be under 7 minutes maybe, so let's get right into this. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. My ultimate goal is 10,000 subs, and I'm working on doing some collabs with some bigger One Piece tubers, so if you enjoy my One Piece content, my opinions, disagree with me, let's have a conversation. I'm a smaller channel, I'll reply to everything. There's a good chance I see what you say. In fact, it's damn near 100 that I reply, and if it's interesting, perhaps I make a video on it, so hit that sub button. Okay, so let's start at the beginning of the chapter. We have, everybody on the Thousand Sunny. Now, I'm going to steam by this part because it made me a little angry, I'll be honest. So, the key points here is that they're discussing the events with Sabo, Cobra, and Vivi. And, like a lot of people, Luffy does not believe that Sabo would do that. And he's pretty sure, it's something else to note that we see that absolute fucking annoying character, Caribou, still in the barrel, so that's not carrot in the barrel, unless there's another barrel with carrot in it, I guess we will see. But, Luffy first suggests going to Alabasta, to which Zoro shuts down, which honestly, even for Zoro, I think it's a little weird that Zoro would be shooting down an idea like that. Zoro, you realize Luffy lost Ace, right? Even after trying as hard as he can. Do you really think if he knew that Vivi, basically one of your Nakama, and his brother Sabo were both in danger, he wouldn't be going? Zoro, I understand you being level-headed, but I think Luffy's completely justified in this, and to try and stop him from saving his brother, I'm really interested to see how this is portrayed in the anime, because I'm just you're the vice captain, bro. If Luffy wants to go save his brother, he absolutely has the reason to do it, and you should feel a little bit more concerned for Vivi, too. I mean, comparing Vivi to Ace is just a little silly if you ask me. Do you think that Vivi and Ace are equally capable? Come on, Zoro, that was a little silly to me. So, all the Straw Hats are getting on Zoro for that, because, yeah, I mean, Zoro, you're kind of going a little crazy with that one. If Luffy wants to go, I think there's more than enough reasons for the crew to go. But, it's really starting to set in for everybody else that Cobra, Vivi's dad obviously is dead. And, based on what happens at the end of this chapter, who knows if there's some pocket dimension shenanigans going on. This is One Piece at the end of the day. People die, but just, people dying in real time is not extremely common. So, I'm still holding my breath a little bit to see if Cobra will really be dead. And I guess, ultimately, Sabo, too, by the end of this chapter. I'm not quite sure if he's really just going to get taken out of the picture like that. But here's the main thing, just to break it down for you again. So, we have Robin reading the newspaper, once again talking about the cross-guild lines, and then Robin mentions that there's other people that Luffy knows in the newspaper. Now, what is the point of bringing that up, if not to tell us? This is what I mean about Oda just being mean, or the editors. You have a limited amount of pages you're going to put out weekly, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, you're going to waste pages saying, oh, this, but this, but we're not going to tell you. You can make the argument for foreshadowing, but again, bro, I call out things that are weird when I see it. I guess, everyone, especially people on Twitter, because I've tweeted a lot about my critiques, are like, oh, it's going to happen in Oda's time, but bro, we have limited time left, okay? We don't need to be wasting panels on minor things like that. And I would also say that Luffy saying his dream was minor as well, because it could have easily been revealed that he told the crew that earlier. No one would have really been upset at that. Instead, we waste, I don't know, how many pages? 3 pages? 3 pages, basically, talking about, what Luffy's dream is, which, again, we're getting blue-balled again, Oda! Jesus! and we still don't know what it is. And it's not like I'm saying he needed to tell us now, but just like, why waste this much of the chapter, such a significant portion of the chapter, on things that we're literally, we are at the same point that we started off at the beginning of the chapter with. We've legitimately made it nowhere. It just got teased to us more, as if it's supposed to bring our anticipation up. No! We're tired, Oda. Stop it! Just, you don't need to give us everything, but damn, we're trying to end the story, right? Please, like, that's a dope panel. That's what I want at the end of my dream. Okay, that's fire. That's cool, but as a whole, not a fan, and this seriously negged the chapter for me overall. So we move on to, obviously, the very key part. No one knows where the poneglyph is, and we go back to, you know, Mary Draws, and we see the elders, and they call Sabo unlucky, and at this point, I don't think I would disagree. This guy is, like, a target for, like, every bad event to happen to him, basically. Like, seriously, like, this guy's really going through it, bro. I don't know who has it worse at these days, Sabo or friggin' Marco. So, you know, Kamabaka Kingdom gets the call from Sabo. Okay, Sabo's safe. We get confirmation that Sabo did not kill Cobra. It was probably Inu, and Sabo also saw that there is in fact someone in charge of the entire government. There is somebody that sits in that seat, who we know to be Inu. Dragon looks concerned. Dragon, just want to point out, you didn't believe in Sabo. You know, you had your doubts about him, but I'm glad that he cleared that up for you. Because once again, you know, the revolutionaries are at war with the celestial dragons, not particularly just regular kings. Like, Cobra was a pretty decent guy. Even Brook mentioned that, meaning that at some point Brook had possibly went there. So, you know, he saw what he considered to be unbelievable as this guy gets all eerie, and Emu literally stream snipes him. He's on the phone. He fucking he literally stream snipes my dude. Fucking sends a fucking smite down like he's Zeus from the skies. And some people are saying, oh, what if he's using Enel? No, Enel doesn't have destructive capabilities like that. Like, let's just be clear. That's an entire island of Elusia or Lucinia, whatever. He nuked the entire country, okay? Not a city, not a mountain range. He nuked the entire country. This has to be Uranus. Here's my quick theory, and I'm going to do a better video on this. Momo could be the key to Zunisha, who I'm starting to believe might actually be Pluton, because he could be considered a ship, and he also fills the part of one part of, you know, the weapons being sky, another part being scene, another part being land. I think he fills that very well with, you know, having a character that is the key to the weapon. Momo being the key to Zunisha, who I believe could be Pluton. We already know that Shirahoshi is Poseidon, or at least the key to Poseidon, though I guess she's confirmed to be Poseidon, but it could turn out that she's just the key. And Vivi, who is still missing, could easily be the key to Uranus, which is obviously the thing that came out of the sky and nuked fucking Sabo and everyone else on the island to absolute oblivion. Like, that was nuts. I didn't expect that, but frankly, do I think Sabo's gonna die that way? I sure hope not. I don't think Sabo's gonna die that way. Who knows if it's like a pocket dimension thing going on once you use that ability. So I'm just a little unsure, but what I am certain is Sabo didn't die that way. If he did die that way, it kind of feels like you brought this guy back like twice now, basically, just to kill him off in such like a pretty unbelievable way, to be honest. Like, this is subverting expectations, but if Sabo's really dead here, like, I don't know if that's going to really reflect too positively on the story. Again, I'm not Oda. Oda's the GOAT to me, but I am not the type of dick rider that will not critique, man. I know when things don't sit well with me, and I vocalize that. It's my channel. I'm not a big channel right now, but I will be. Fuck you. It's the way it's always going to be. So, yeah, Sabo gets nuked to oblivion. That was pretty out of nowhere. That's probably Uranus being used. Probably some Vivi stuff in there. Maybe she's the key, once again, like a Shirahoshi or Momo, for that stuff being done. And now it's never existed. Like, does he have memory manipulation? Are we doing some Attack on Titan bullshit founder path stuff, manipulating memories? Like, I really don't know. So I'm interested to see what happens next. I don't think this chapter was as good as everyone said. I probably could have waited till tomorrow for this, but this is a hot topic, and it's fresh on my mind right now. And, you know, remember that time I said this was going to be under 7 minutes? Well, I lied. It's definitely under 10 minutes, but I think I adequately covered everything I needed. You know, I could go more into depth about Luffy's dream, and I'll probably drop a video on that. You know, Frankie looked pretty thrilled about that. A lot of people say, hey, what if his dream has something to do with, you know, the moon or having a party on the moon? I know Brago's brought that up a few times. I'm just curious to see more about Emu. I don't like the fact that we got dick teased. The newspaper stuff most likely was about Rayleigh, Kobe, Bo Hancock. I can't really think of anyone else that would be important. Obviously, at the end of the chapter, we get Bonnie, too. Bonnie was well needed in the story because she's like the last warlord we haven't really got time with, as well as Mahdi Monk, you know, Mad Monk, Urush. So, yeah, I think in the next coming arcs, we'll get a little bit more with them. I think Bonnie has a key part to play with the Gorosei. I actually have an old video I posted on an old channel, a theory with Bonnie, that I'm thinking of redoing on this channel. So stay tuned for a lot more content. Again, it's been your boy Astro. This has been my quick recap review, initial thoughts of One Piece chapter 1060, coming out super, super early, because no better time than now. Like, this chapter is so fresh on my mind. Overall, I give this chapter a 7 out of 10. When chapters come out early and it's trending and I hear all this buzz, it better at least be a 9 to a 10, and this wasn't, which is the reason I say it falls short in my eyes. If you're mad about that, be mad. I don't care. It's my opinion. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like the video, like the video. Once again, it's been your boy Astro. Make sure you're always working towards your one. Peace!